Hello.
Yo, it's Hanuman from Apple Music.
How you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing?
This is wow. This is really impressive.
Which part's impressive?
Just the screen that I'm looking at right now. The camera angle is.
And you, of course.
And you, of course.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but I'll take it. I'm just saying, we spare no expenses here. We invented FaceTime. We can do whatever we want. We got money to splash around with a little bit,
We're happy to be involved. Thank you for having us.
We got everybody in the room?
Yeah, here's the lads here.
That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see.
We're all ready.
Where are you guys? Are you guys backstage or in a motel?
We're backstage. I know it looks like a mistake to me.
I was just like, nobody go to sleep. We're gonna wake up in a bathtub full of ice. Just don't go to sleep just yet. You know what I mean? Where are we right now on the road?
We're in Oakland,
The Fox Theatre.
Fox Theatre. Yeah.
It's a great venue.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just the people who've played on the wall. I think Yoko Ono's played here.
Wow.
LCD sound system.
LCD. I think I saw Godspeed You Black Emperor there a couple years back.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pretty legendary little venue. The room's not too, it's intimate.
Yeah, it's a beautiful room. It's really nice. We're excited.
Well, gents, it's been a minute since we've got a chance to catch up. I think we spoke around the last album. Here we are heading into the end of the year, February, Open Wide, the new project. First of all, how do we find you guys creatively? Energized? I know you guys are on the road. Are you playing the new stuff? But where do we find you guys collectively as a unit headed towards the end of 2024?
Right now, we've just been playing loads of shows. So in this moment, we're very tired.
Yeah, sure.
But
I appreciate the honesty.
with a further outlook on the band, we're actually in a good spot because we just had a big break from touring for the first 8 months of the year. So then creatively we felt rejuvenated, and since then we were able to write some music and we've been playing new songs on the road too, like you said, which has been really fun.
Amazing. Look, I've managed to see you guys live in LA, I think once on the last album. I feel like with this new record, from what I've heard so far, you guys are really, challenging yourselves in a big way. How much of that is sort of being in the studio with Kid Harpoon, and how much of it is just you guys sort of going through the laps, you know what I mean? Putting in the time on the track.
That's a good question. I'd say 50-50.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, we've worked with an amazing friend and producer, Anthony Gown, on the first 2 records.
Yeah.
And he just became we worked so well together, but it became very familiar. And I think we all kind of understood that we were going to need to make some sort of change on the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a risk going in with Tom. Because we didn't know if we were gonna like him. Or,
it's a big risk. You don't know the producer personally. You have no idea what interpersonal relationships are gonna feel like.
Exactly. So that was definitely forcing us to make some different decisions. But we just got on so well with him, and I think we thought that going in with the big pop LA producer, it was going to be a certain type of a thing. But he's so he's just nerding out about the Deftones all the time, and
okay, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, so we were wow, okay, we like this. He just had a really interesting kind of cross section of knowledge of music, and it really helped us out. We had so much fun making it.
He didn't open the door with being okay, guys, for the next album, we're gonna get an Ariana Grande feature.
No.
No. He's okay, we're not saying no, we're just saying not yet.
We wouldn't say no to that.
I wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say yes.
It wasn't like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and he just knocked down the saloon doors. We just see a silhouette with the wind blowing his kimono over.
Yeah.
Looking at the work that he's done and the success that he's had, again, largely in the pop space, but able to kind of speak to you guys with the vocabulary that you guys have, a common language. How did he challenge you guys? How did he challenge you guys to kind of get out of your comfort zone, or to, try some new shit on album number 3?
He made us, get a choir in, which was the first for us.
Amazing.
It was very holy. It was very fun.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, but it really paid off. It made the songs jump up, 5 levels, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was just really, really amazing experience for us.
Oh, 100%. So. I think also he's kind of with the knowledge of going in with he's had some amazing hits in the past. I think we were maybe we just go in and he's got some just hooks in the back pocket.
Something in the back pocket.
Special sauce that he can just sprinkle onto our stuff. And that was we kind of walked in with that, and then he was oh, but these songs aren't finished. And we were oh yeah, they're not. So then he was you gotta go, this was for our pre-production. And so I think forcing us into that kind of corner was actually really like having to do it we've always done it ourselves, but I think we thought that it was going to be like, you know, all spelled out for us or something, and it wasn't. And I think that made us work harder, and it actually made the songs a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a song like Your House, which personally I love, like a self-destructive anthem. You know, big fan.
Yeah.
Can relate. How did, you know, Tom kind of, you know, take that track from where it was to where it is now?
Ooh. Well, actually, this is a great example of kind of his genius, I think.
We had, I think I'll use the word pedestrian. We had an early demo of that tune. It was quite a soft, happy sounding version of Your House.
Yeah, sure.
The chorus was pretty similar, and it was a little different, but it was kind of similar. But the verses were super kind of, we said it was a bit like ELO or something. And we did like it, but it was just felt like it wasn't what we wanted to say, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we kind of started trying to cook it up with Tom. And then one day we kind of just went down this rabbit hole of playing with the synths at the start of the tune, and we just kind of just gave it a new set of clothes, if that makes sense.
We just took everything out.
Yeah.
Left the bass and the drums, and then you guys put that synth hook on.
Well, that was him. He just
him.
started playing it, and he was like, "This shit sounds fucking, you know, it's up there."
Yeah. Which was, and then it was like, whoa, okay. Because I think his real power as a producer is, I think he's an amazing editor.
Yeah.
But he's also like a great at like groove, you know, and movement in a song, and he just really gets it, and that was a real compliment to us, I think. You know,
a skillful editor, whether it's songwriting or creative writing, like it is an imperative. Like it's just like a gentle scalpel, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to spook the creative process, but you also just want to make sure that you're like reducing.
Exactly. Do we need that? No. Do we need that? Yes. Keep that in, make that more of a thing. It was like that was what it was all about with him. And yeah, he's just a great guy as well.
Yeah, man. We've got Inhaler joining us here on All Control on Apple Music. I wanted to talk about New York City. I feel like, you know, so much of this project was written there. You guys have taken inspiration from it. I feel like New York City is a true north for any rock band to go and either spend some time, live there, write, record, whatever. I feel like if you look at the last 18 months with the sort of indie sleaze renaissance, you look at people like The Dare, New York City is definitely, I think, front and center in people's minds in a way that it hasn't been in a little while. Talk to me about how, how the city inspired the album.
Oh, we just kind of got dragged there, didn't we? Like, it as everybody does at some point in their life.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It kind of has a bit of like some sort of ghost about it that when we get off the plane, we just like get this buzz, like this adrenaline thing that you can't help, and that just makes you want to write. And it's just, I don't know, maybe just the urgency of the place played a part in the writing. I'm not really sure, but we've started to kind of. We know a lot more people there now. It's kind of like we're kind of spending our time there when we're not off tour. Well, me and Rob anyway, and the rest of the band when we've got time to do so. But I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Like you said, the urgency, the amazing thing about it is, like, you know, we come from Dublin where you have to go a bit out of your way to try and find something to do.
Sure.
Whereas in New York, you just open up your front door and something's happening all the time. And that allure that it has is it's compelling. Yeah. And as you said, there's just like some ghost in the air, you know, when you're walking down the streets listening to like the New York album by Lou Reed or something.
Sure.
You can't help but just like want to be walking in his shoes down the dirty boulevard.
Or you walk by the bar where Dylan Thomas walked out 10 feet and died. You know what I mean? Like, there's also that. So yeah, ghosts aplenty. Guys, I want to say thank you for taking a couple minutes, especially before the show. You guys, congratulations on all the success. I'm super stoked about the new album. Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes with us here on Apple Music.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having
Yeah, of course. You guys break a leg tonight.
Will do.
Cheers,
Will
take
do.
care.
Thanks so much.
Later.